Contractors Confession Take One, sponsored by Pretty Boy, basically. Or we could call it,
Call it
Dumbo! Call it 10 gallons of the truth. What name do you like? 5 gallon bucket, because I don't know if it's truth on both sides.
Yeah, right.
So it's 10 gallons of bucket list, bucket confessions. We're coming up for a name for this contractor sitting down.
Yeah. What was it called? 5 bucket. Fuck it.
Hey, I'm Brian with Pretty Boy. I'm in from New York City. We're going to be filming James' music, his business. He's a recent father. He's moved back from San Francisco and he started a new contracting business in basically his hometown and around his hometown. He's also a baseball coach. We're really excited to get to know this guy. What makes him tick. So I'm with James and the owner Nick, and they grew up together. And Nick just bought this beautiful home. How many bedrooms?
4 bedrooms.
4 bedrooms. And just real quick, he grew up in this house across the street. His mother has lived here for over 30-something years. All right. So why are you hiring James to paint your house?
This guy's the best in the business. He's honest, does incredible work, shows up on time and stays later when most people that I've had experience with don't do that. So I knew, and he's my best friend's older brother, and I grew up with him. So it's a positive, it's a plus sign there too.
Beautiful, beautiful. Now and then, so we're just doing the downstairs. We're using the Sherman Williams. And how did you pick the colors? Did you and your wife pick the colors?
I had zero say in the colors.
Hey, what's up, guys? So the one thing that a store like Sherwin does for me as a painter, some guys go to Ben stores. There's Janovics in the city. There's Shardy Brothers out here in Jersey. For me, I personally, and this is a personal preference, I like Sherwin because it gives me that feel of like going to a music store, getting records, and just kind of being able to go in there and just skim through the genres and the years and kind of just get recommendations from the person who works there. It's just it's a comfort thing. So I mean, I really think that relates to painters. I don't know, you guys tell me. So we're using this designer edition for the walls. Normally I'll either use a duration, which is great. This has moisture control in it, mildew resistance. This is a really good paint. But hey, this customer wanted the high end, the highest end, so we're using Emerald. Great paint.
Talk about the price real quick. What that is normally for if you're a contractor, not a contractor.
So non-contractor, normal customer, I think you're paying around $100 for that gallon.
Okay.
This trim paint, which I always use, does not matter the job. This is a high-end trim paint too. Definitely the best trim paint. Self-leveling, covers great. I would 100% always go to this before I ever went to Pro Classic. I feel like this is basically transparent.
Is that trim in a semi?
This is trim paint.
So so Sherman Williams trim paint is it a semi gloss or a full gloss?
Yeah, semi-gloss.
Nice.
Semi-gloss.
Okay, good.
A lot of people, if they want to go white ceilings, they'll do the Eminence because it's extra white. But again, it doesn't necessarily cover that great. So I always go to super paint. Always use super paint on the ceiling. It's got the primer in it.
So that would be like the bedroom more select.
Yeah, close to Ben more select.
Okay. This Sherman Williams, what paint is this again?
Super paint.
So super paint, and it comes in stock colors?
So super paint, comes with a basic white base.
Basic white base.
And yeah, I mean, you get any color you want, don't mix any color. For me though, if I'm doing a ceiling, and somebody wants white, I'm gonna go with the base, white.
It's called if I grab it off the shelf, it's called base white.
It's white base.
White base,
if
okay.
If you want to get any paint color, they're taking this off the shelf and mixing colors with it.
Yeah, and that's a 14-inch roller, and that's a half-inch nap, right?
Yes.
I like the way that covers.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm in New York City, and it's a little harder to move some bigger products, but I think that's something to give a try. That's laying down real nice.
Yeah, it does.
And Ruben, of course, knows what he's doing.
Ruben's, it's actually his first time ever doing it.
Oh my gosh, Ruben, you're a natural.
Okay, so as a 20-year veteran of painting, James Music here in Jersey has done a great job of being able to cut without making a perfect line. How does he do it? Okay, I did it a certain way, but he's going to use a little caulking, pull away, hit the brush, it comes out perfect. So take it away, James.
Yeah, so Brian, my customer here, they have natural wood, it's stained, it's in good condition, so they decided to keep it. And the best way to keep this clean, even if you have a steady hand, listen, I got a pretty darn steady hand, a lot of painters have a steady hand, a lot of guys are old school, they're like, I'm not gonna use tape. Listen, trust me, super clean, super easy, super tight, all right? What I do is, and I'm not the only one that does this, but this is what I love. I'll take caulk, we'll start off with a piece of tape over the trim. The first coat, this is important, the first coat I'll actually cut close to the tape as if I was cutting to the trim, all right? And the reason for that is you don't want the bleed underneath, that's the reason for the caulk. So the second coat, what I'll do is, now, first coat's on, I'll put a thin little bead of caulk along the edge of the tape and the wall. Then I'll grab my paint, quickly hit it, pull right away, clean line. I'll show you right now. And you can be generous with the paint. Doesn't matter. It's not going anywhere. Throw that paint on there, even it out. It's okay to be a little messy. Trust me. And then the satisfying part. Ever see a waterfall in the jungle? It's about as smooth as that. Woo-wee! And there you have it. So my life revolves around, and I don't know the proper order, but you've got food in there, you've got music in there, you've got baseball in there, you've got comedy in there, and then you got painting. So there's like 5 things, literally. Well, that's messed up. Yeah. 6, my family.
Yeah, we know your family.
That was like automatic.
I know James, and he's a family man.
So obviously, right, like you would put your family on top. Yeah. Lately, I'm so busy. I think they would say probably otherwise. But I'm trying like that is a tough fine line, but that's literally how my day revolves. Like I wake up, I have tons of energy, and I mean, I just love to smile and be happy. So anything that can make me laugh or get me excited is great. So for instance, like the cup of coffee first thing in the morning, I'm pumped up. I'm jacked up.
Chai with 2 shots.
I'm ready
of
to
espresso.
dance. I'm ready to dance.
What's up with this guy?
In the morning, I like to kick off my day by getting a cup of coffee from random new spots. I've never been here before. Local coffee in Montclair. Owner, great. The vibe right now is great. That's kind of how I like to start my day. I wake up with a lot of energy. This adds to it, and it drives me throughout the rest of the day.
What are you drinking? I've never heard it before.
Oh, so I usually do my coffee with a shot of espresso or 2, but I mix it up here and there with a dirty chai. I don't know, it might be a West Coast thing.
2 shots of espresso with chai tea.
And, yeah, that's exactly what it is.
Awesome, let's get to work, damn it.
So he's crazy about baseball. The logo is baseball. He's also a hitting coach, and he's also a traveling coach for baseball. How does baseball work into painting? How does it kind of come together? What did you learn from baseball that you can apply to painting?
It's actually it relates a lot for me personally. I think, first and foremost, it's being patient. I mean, baseball is 90% mental, and painting anybody who's painted, or at least enjoys painting, gets in a world, they have, obviously you gotta be patient for stuff to dry, but you know, you're in this zone and you get in this world, and you know, patience is such a key factor, but preparation is the end all be all. If you don't prepare right, the final product's not going to be right whatsoever. So, you know, like, you know, we'll go in a room kind of like we did here. You know, they got wood walls, not wood walls, wood trim in here, nice wood trim. We want to make sure we're prepping that the right way, so you're leaving with really good wood trim. So for me, nail pops drive me crazy, especially when I'm painting. And you know, you throw that first coat on, you look, see if anything's popping, then you put the final coat on, job's done, and you missed one. It drives me insane. I also want to know that when I fix it the right way. So over time, you pick up some little tricks, and this one I love. And you know, in this particular situation, you know, I obviously found quite a few nail pops. All right, they're standing out.
So you're going along the stud line. You can tell the studs are about what? They're about 18 inches from each other.
Yeah, 16, 18.
16, 18.
Yeah, whatever they did. And
220, 221, whatever it takes.
yeah. So what I'll do is, I'll find the nail pop. I'll get my scraper. I'll scrape the head off.
Yep.
Right. I'll look for the head of the nail, but I'll grab some screws.
Yeah, drywall screws.
Some drywall screws.
1 1/4 inch drywall screws.
All right.
And I love this because I just pop them back in and plaster them, and so this is great to know.
And listen, that is a way
Most people do it.
most people do it.
But you're going next level.
I'm going another level.
I like this.
Yeah. So
Gold star, baby.
So basically, the whole point is you want to keep the drywall on the wall and to keep it leveled out so it doesn't keep on popping. So what I'll do is I'll just pop a drywall screw, you know, about an inch under. And now,
Look at that.
you got to spackle
That's
2
good,
holes.
but yeah.
But the wall is going to stay
And it's
nice
funny
and
when he
strong.
does that, you can see this will come out a little bit.
go.
It's just amazing. So
Yeah, and if this is if this comes out way too much, then you just take it out. And you're good.
yeah. Thank you, sir.
Absolutely.
So how does it feel to be back in New Jersey? Got your new business, home-based coatings.
It's cool, you know. It's a while to kind of look back. Like, this is where I grew up. I found myself as a little kid running through these streets, and now I'm here as an adult doing my thing in a different time of my life. It's cool. It's cool. It's fun. It's rewarding.
How are you getting the word out now? Is it social media? How are people knowing that James Music is back in town and he's looking to take it out of the park?
You know, if you don't say anything, nobody will ever know, right? So when I first started painting again, I kind of kept it low key because I was like, hey, listen, you know, I'm coaching baseball, I'm giving hitting instruction, I'm going to paint on the side. I got to figure out what I'm going to do, and I didn't want to do everything too quick and feel rushed by any means. So, you know, I started painting, you know, with a gentleman that I worked with for years. Started painting, got the groove back. I got a side job, did a side job. Then this person hears that I did the side job. This person goes, oh, he's back. One thing leads to another, man. It's like wildfire, dude. And honestly, I would say I launched home base January 1st. Safe to say. I had a bathroom job. I did it in New Providence, did that, and then kind of from there, it's been just nonstop.
All right, so he's got the little 4-inch fussy Bloach Roller. We want to keep this one as well. So the same thing is just take a little excess off and spray it down really good with Pretty Boy. And you know, if you can let it sit 5-10 minutes on there, it'll break the paint up, and you can bring that roller nap back to about its original quality. And if you've left it out all day, then maybe it becomes a primer roller. But anyway, now you can use this to wipe your hands with the Pretty Boy and get it off the sink, and good to go. All right, we're going to lunch.
Okay, we're back to 10 gallons in the truth.
10 gallons in the truth.
10 gallons in the truth. Get it? 2 buckets, 5-gallon buckets. It's just contract.
We're going with that. But
It's supposed to be a 10-gallon.
no, this is a 5-gallon.
Yeah.
But like I said, like you don't just use 5 gallons for just paint. Use it for baseballs. Growlers, baseball, follow Instagram.
A growler was actually what they used to put beer in back in the day. You didn't have bottles. You still do it. You still do it. That's right. Okay, so when did you start painting? What age and how did it kind of progress?
So painting started for me at probably around 15, 16 years old with my dad. My dad was a truck driver, but a weekend warrior. He would get these little side jobs and condos, homes, whatever. And there was, I guess, just a point where it was like, hey, I could use a hand. Can you come stand on the bottom of the ladder for me or something like that, right? So I went out with him, and I think one thing led to another. He let me first. I was filling nail holes, right? There was no taping then. This is straight old school dude, right? Filling nail holes. Then he let me roll certain areas.
Like closets. So we always
Closets.
everybody had to start in the closet.
He's like, yeah, bro, you got like 3 closets.
I've had friends that were my Brazilian foreman. His uncle was a high-end painter in New York City. Closets for 2 years.
Dude, and I'm like, oh yeah, I'm ripping these clothes, all one color, blah, 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 blah. And then I remember the first time he gave me like a sheen. It was just like, I was making A's, like shadowed A's on the walls. And then obviously I graduated to cutting in. And I definitely, my dad really put me into this world. From there, I got out of high school, and then me and a bunch of my friends, you met my buddy Steve, who helped out on this job the other day. We started working for another company, a bunch of us. We did that for a couple of summers. And we kind of went on our way.
And that was interior, exterior?
Interior, exterior, yeah. We were doing
Was it a summertime job or was it year round?
It was year round. It was year round. We had a nice little crew.
Right.
It was a big company,
Good.
well known in the area, and yeah, man, that's where I really kind of
say the name.
So yeah, I mean, we were rocking and rolling in the area, and then I just know it just at that time it was like you're a young kid, and like the light bulb really doesn't click till a certain age, and as a young age, you're like, you're always wondering what you can do what kind of job you can do that will get you through the day and happy, right? And I just noticed, I just felt like painting was that for me. I was like, I'd start a room, by the end of the day, the room's done, we went on to another room, and I'm like, dude, I'm out of time. And I'm enjoying my time, right? They always say, like,
yeah, you do what you love and you never work a day in your life, they say.
100%, yeah.
All right, so that's great. That's great. Thank you for that. So then, now, here we are. You're back in New Jersey. You've got your new truck. You've got basically, you're rebranding yourself. You're working with some social media now. Home-based coatings is taking off. So where do you see yourself, say, hypothetically, 5 years?
5 years, huh? Honestly, I see myself really being that local guy, reliable local guy doing quality work that is just, it's doing the same thing, but probably just more steady, a little more, I guess, like this is the beginning stages, so I'm grinding, I'm getting home at 10 o'clock at night and stuff, but right now. 5 years from now, I plan on, let's go early in the morning, I'll be out at a certain time, everything will be a little more smoother, in a sense. And, as far as like growing, expanding, I've always been very passionate about the small mom and pop shop, the boutique places. That's kind of how I run my baseball program, how I ran it in California. I don't want to be a big business.
Yeah.
I'd like to stay, not necessarily on the lower end of quality, but on the more intimate one-on-one. You're not just a number, you're a person type deal. And that's just kind of how I tick, man.
And keep that. What I'm hearing is you're going to keep that life work balance.
Totally.
You're a coach. You love being a coach. You love being a man of the community, somebody who does what you're supposed to be. Axel now, your son, is 18 months.
Yeah.
So he'll be 6.5. You might have another child. So yeah, well, this is all good stuff.
Of course.
Well, I've been with you for 3 days.
You all right?
I'm okay.
Yeah.
You call my doctor. I want to thank you for taking me on. By the way,
Wait, which doctor?
jeez, you want to shake my hand?
Hold on, which doctor? There's a couple of doctors.
So to finish this whole thing up, this is the first time we've done this, and I called this guy from social media, and I said, what do you think? And he said, yeah, come in town. So thank you. So he gave me, because I have a product, Pretty Boys, you guys know, and I'm a contractor in New York City, but I've never done any of this stuff. So this is James Music. He's the first guy. This has been wonderful. It's kind of scary. Samanda's been behind the camera helping us in the neighbor. And so thank you. And I wish you luck on your journey.
Thanks.
And you're going to be the first, hopefully, to get this thing. We'll get it edited.
Episode 1.
Numero uno.
Love it, baby.
Gracias.
Appreciate you.
All right. Out.